Hey, we've asked you about the whole week experience, but what was the actual experience of tonight like with the fans and all the introductions of the players and things like that?
Man, it's amazing. Tonight, one of those games, I know for me, I'm going to look back years down the line and realize how great of a moment this was. The atmosphere, having the commissioner here, Magic Johnson here, everybody that was in attendance. It definitely was a beautiful atmosphere, and it definitely was a privilege being able to be a part of this whole thing.
Thanks, DeMar. We'll take our next question. Right-hand side toward the back there.
Hey, DeMar, Len World Open Court Basketball. Following up from this one, there's so much build-up to this game, and it's different for you guys as well. All the events, everything's different, the whole schedule. But, how much is it still the same when the ball is being tipped off during the 48? How much is it the same during the game?
I mean, it's the same. Sometimes you kind of get knocked off rhythm with, like you said, everything you got to do off the court, with traveling, being off schedule, time change, not your normal routine, having to have so many, obligations throughout the day. It gets tough. But when the ball is thrown up, you're right back to focusing in on what's important. That's to play basketball.
Thank you. Next question, left-hand side.
DeMar, what's up? Brandon Scoopy Robinson, Valley Sports Network. You mentioned Magic Johnson. L.A. is home for you. You've worn Kobe sneakers throughout your career at points, and I'm curious, at what game of Magic Johnson's, either through YouTube or just through conversation with family, do you finally remember? And what Kobe game do you relate to, channel, or what game resonates with you most?
My dad. My dad had me watch everything basketball when I was young, from the beginning to the end of every great career. I remember vividly when Magic Johnson had to start in the NBA Finals at center, and how he led the Lakers to win that championship. That year, that was one that stuck out. And Kobe moment for me that stuck out, I think I spoke on it before, was the Utah series when he shot the air balls. I remember being a kid, 7 years old, sitting there crying after, he missed all those air balls, but he kept wanting to shoot the next shot. And that's one game that definitely stuck out with me from the beginning of his career and, obviously on.
Front row.
DeMar, how you doing? Joe Colley from the Chicago Sun-Times. First of all, the quad looked activated early on, considering you had that dunk.
Yeah.
How did it hold up throughout the game in the second part? I asked Billy and Zach kind of the same thing. You guys have had these good moments, these little spurts throughout the season, only to have kind of an inconsistent week or 2 weeks after that.
Yeah.
How do you make sure that Paris and the families getting together and you guys bonding more as a team resonates and actually has some staying power as you guys kind of push, especially with the trade deadline and the All-Star break coming up?
It's good cutting time now. Every single game is that much more important. And that's the challenge that we got to approach it as. We showed in the first half of the season that we could compete with the top teams in this league. Now it's about putting it together every single night, no matter who we playing, because these games we can't get back. Every game is just as important as the next. And as long as we have that mindset and understanding the importance of every single game, every single practice from here on out, we got a good chance to put ourselves in a good position. Oh, the quad was good. Definitely good. It was fun just being out there. I was just happy to be back out there playing, obviously.
Next question, far right-hand side, front row.
Hey, DeMar. Tim Reynolds with the Associated Press. I know you were in the mix for Tokyo, and obviously you were part of the team that won gold in Rio. With an Olympics here in just a year and a half, have you thought at all, if USAB calls you again, would you do it? Would you do it one more time?
That's a great question. I'll be 34. I don't know. That's a great question. I haven't thought about it. But being here in Paris, to answer your question, how can you turn it down? If I'm asked, if I have an opportunity to, it'd definitely be tough to say no. But I'd love to be a part of it. Obviously, having the experience before definitely would be an honor to be a part of it. But that's a while from now.
Thank you. Final question, third row, left-hand side.
DeMar, Christos Chaldas, SDNA Greece. Do you feel that at this point of the season that you play better than the first 15 days of December, in the first half of December? Do you feel that you are stepping to the right direction as a team?
Yeah, I mean, we feel like we getting there, and we show spurts of it, but now it's about being consistent and doing every single night. Every single night. The second half of the season is definitely critical and the most important for us every single game. And as long as we approach those games like it's a, must win, we're going to be fine.
Thank you, DeMar. Congrats again on the win.